My name is Livia, and I'm a mental health member on the CRT team. What you're going to see on the tape next is what we call the debrief of the debriefers. It's always a good idea when you finish a debriefing to get your team together and check on them. Make sure that they haven't been triggered by something. Make sure that they haven't had any emotional reactions that they need help with. And it also helps your team to learn what did they feel went right, what they could do better next time. So it's always a good idea to wrap up at the end and make sure your team members are okay.
How'd you feel it went?
I thought it went really well. I am drained. But yeah, I thought it seemed like there was some good outcomes, some changes in attitude. And so
like to see.
A couple people probably definitely need some follow-up attention.
I think we need to follow up with the battalion chief and Chris, I think it was, sitting by you.
Yes.
Charlie.
And Charlie, and then the
Charlie.
gal next to me.
Yeah.
Lexi.
So we're going to go have coffee in a couple days.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
Being the new guy, seeing how the team does flow, you definitely is a positive and a good learning experience to take different tools from other people, seeing different examples, and so I really enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know really much to say yet just because my experience level, but I can see some of the, when you talk about triggers or feeders or what people say, what you can help focus them on to kind of guide them in the right direction. Because that's how I feel, that we guide these individuals on where to go. We don't cure them. Mm-hmm. And that's how what I could see from all you.
You definitely can't tell somebody how to do something or what to think, but you can give them perspectives as, have you thought about it this way, or have you looked at it that way?
How are you feeling personally, like overall? Not just about the event, but you as a person.
I feel good.
Okay. Drained or good?
I wouldn't say drained, but it's amazing seeing the different emotions that come out. That you know, you think you see all the emotions and you're still experiencing new by seeing others in there. Like that's the same thing they're experiencing.
I would say being a new member, continue to go to anytime she sends out a page or something, continue to go as much as you can, especially the first few years, because it's only going to make you better for the later ones.
And when we went through the symptoms, I wasn't meaning to leave you out. There's just 5 categories. So
And 6 of
That's
us.
fine.
so we could have had you,
That's fine.
regurgitate some of the stuff.
I was already planning on. I had to just repeat what you guys said.
So I was wondering if it triggered anything for any of you. Have you been in these situations, or did it bring up things for you? Have you been in similar accidents or had partners? Did you have any triggers from things people said?
Well, it's funny, my first actual went out for peer support, basically for NHP on an accident. And it was where 7 of the 9 people were killed that were in the vehicle. And the crazy part was the person that killed them all was a fireman.
Was it the one out by Wadsworth?
Yes. So that brought me all the way back to, I went out there to go out and be peer support. Well, I needed peer support after I was done with that. So it definitely, anytime a 1050 like that happens and these guys are talking about losing a life of somebody or something like that, it definitely triggers that. Honestly, I feel that I was already doing peer support, but that is like the trigger for me for every one of them, especially involving an accident. And, so that accident itself, I think it will always play a role for me in any debrief that I ever go to. So.
Yeah. So you're aware of that. That's good.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. There's only two debriefs that I've ever done that actually give me triggers. And one was the passing of my brother who drowned, and I did a search and rescue debrief, and it was on a drowning. And then this one, with that.
Yeah.
So those are definitely triggers for me. But I do recognize them anytime it's involved. So that's why I said when we were doing the thing that the recognition of the trigger is just so crucial to me.
Yeah.
It's huge, yeah.
Yeah. It's when you don't know it's going to hit you that it's dangerous.
Yeah. because like, what was it, Lexi? She just kept saying that every time she closed her eyes, she just kept seeing. So I could relate to that with my brother. And so that's why I really appreciate the fact that we do talk to individuals one-on-one and try to help them deal with those types of things and stuff like that. So, and that's why I say it's so important to get involved in as many of these as you can, because you're going to be able to help those people so much more if you get the experience, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And they don't always flow.
Nope.
And I mean, you try and keep it on track, and that's why, you know, I kept trying to bring it back, and we kept trying to keep it on track. But I mean, it's a building block, and they flow into other things. So you've just got to learn those times when to let it go and let them kind of go on a tangent for a little bit, but then bring it back, because if you shut them down in the beginning, then it shuts them down overall. So
You and Robbie were great at stopping the operational critique. I mean, both of you were like really assertive without being punitive. I just felt like you were not telling them that they were doing wrong, but just saying we're not doing that right now, and just bringing them back, because that could have really gone.
And sometimes you just feel that's such a fine line, because you're like, God, you know, like Matt.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, he was really on the operational, and I'm like, oh man, we're trying to shut this guy down without being rude. And I was like,
Were you on the one search and rescue that we did, and we actually then had to let him almost go operational, because that really was the true jinx of the whole debrief? And it was one of the search and rescues back, was after the mine and before the drowning. It was in between those.
no, I don't think
But
so.
so on a rare occasion, it can happen. I've only had it happen once in all of my years. But so for me, there was nothing specific in this one, but I've had stuff in the past where it's kind of triggered me, and but I was pretty good on this one. I feel a little tired. It was a lot of emotions, but I feel pretty good.
Everything went good with you and Lexi when she had to leave the room.
Right, yeah. We talked about getting her in maybe some actual real therapy, and then maybe getting somebody that does EMDR for first responders, because it sounds like she keeps just reliving it and reliving it where she needs to, and she gets maybe the EMDR, where she can just see it over but not relive it and then get it filed away, right? So,
look at West Coast post CPR for her.
pardon?
Look at the West Coast post CPR for her.
Yeah. That might be something that'd be really good too.
That's the retreat place, right? Yeah.
But they
Post-trauma retreat.
they
yeah.
do the EMDR there.
So yeah, overall I'm pretty good. I'm tired, but
John, you good?
Yeah.
everybody's in a good place.
Yep.
Thank you all for doing it. Awesome.
Yeah.
Very proud of
Good
you
job,
guys.
team.